in politics, something that seems inseparable sometimes. And there's a lot going on. We know that one of the most famous broadcasters, political broadcasters, Tucker Carlson, was recently fired from Fox News. And there's a lot of hoopla about that, right? A lot of people are up in arms about it, and other people are really happy about it. But one of my favorite comedians, Theo actually is having a conversation about politics that I think we should listen to. I really like this.
Address?
Did they?
Or I see. I
claimed that they were gonna.
I literally only saw it from yours.
They do shit like that. They did it with I just get. Listen, man. I don't watch Tucker. I don't care. Sometimes he says something, I'm like, that makes sense. Sometimes he says something, I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah,
I love all these people that are so committed to hating a guy or loving a guy. I'm like, who? Wait, I just watch a guy every now and then. I go, yeah, I don't think so.
How did we get there, though? How did we get where people? Because I notice sometimes I'll notice I'll fall into it if I really let myself.
Yeah.
But then I notice I'm not an activist.
Right.
Like
people crave.
Division, right?
There's a few things
Instead
about
of
people.
unity.
They crave drama. They
politics
crave
is all about
fights.
division
It's
right
back
now.
to the days of the Roman Coliseum.
Oh, yeah.
They like to see combat. Now there is no real combat right now. So a lot of people are sitting on a couch and they're on a computer. So the combat is all internet, it's all digital. They love that. I also think that people
the combat is
are
all
just, they
political
want to
now.
be slaves. People want to generally be in a group and to have allies and then to have another group that they hate.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. And it's like,
It's tribalism.
I don't know what that is. Somebody might be able to explain that. Behavioral psychologist or somebody. I don't know. People just like having friends that they
like
connect
being in a
with.
tribe,
And they get
and they
these
just
friends by having the
refuse
same
to hear
enemies
anything
and the
that
same
other tribe
allies.
has to say.
So you can't look at a guy like Tucker Carlson and go, he's a human being, and then he might be wrong about things. You look at him as an enemy of you. He's a direct enemy of you. Because he espouses a different political ideology, because you think that he's
I
making
think
life
he's lying to
unsafe for
people.
people because of what he believes.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at
Some of
the
that might have
settlement
some
lawsuit.
relevance, like
$100
I get it.
million
If you're
that Fox
undocumented
had to
immigrant,
pay out, largely
obviously your
because of the
opinion
words
of
Tucker Carlson.
Trump is
It's
probably
not a
very
surprise
different than a guy like
why
me
he
who has the
got
luxury
fired.
of being like, hey, I'm not getting deported, right?
right.
That doesn't mean every political argument you're ever going to have, there's real life consequences and real people that are going to be affected. That doesn't mean you can't have a political argument about immigration.
Right.
Doesn't mean you can't talk about abortion.
Yeah. Some people think that
Yeah.
once they're in one lane, that they have to stay in that lane for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Or they think that if they can, school shootings are
They think that
horrible.
just because
I don't
the
want them to
tribe
happen.
says
I'm for all kinds
that
of
they
gun
should
regulations.
think one way,
But just
or
because
on one
real
specific,
people are affected by
on
something,
one
I mean, the
specific
reason we're
policy,
talking
then they
about
should
it is
agree
because
with
people are
all of the
affected.
policies.
Right.
The reason it's an issue in general is because people are affected. And if you shut down dialogue, then what are people supposed to do? So these emotional appeals that a lot of people have on the left and the right, where they're just like, but what about
you're
that
actually seeing a
kids?
lot of division
What about that?
even within
It's like,
the
yeah,
parties.
but how did we get
There's a
here?
lot of people-
How did we
there's a lot
get
of
to the kids in the
Republicans that
cages?
think,
It's
like,
not
there
having an
should
immigration
be
policy.
a lot
It's
more
not having any
regulation
agreed upon
related to
policy.
gun ownership.
That's how we got here. So we
They
need
still
to
think that
figure out a
people
way to
should
have a
buy
policy
guns,
that makes
but
sense.
Yeah.
background checks
Yeah,
aren't
and there has to
necessarily
be.
a
It's
bad
also
idea.
like we always want everyone else to do everything. It's like
Yes.
the government, all of it is just society. It's just the best we can do right now.
Right.
It's like some people act like
correct.
everything should be different. Everything should be different. If it was supposed to be different right now,
Yeah.
it would
There's
be
no
different.
perfect
This is the best we can do to
Yeah.
have one of the best societies in the world.
I wonder if sometimes my boomer parents would make fun of all the time, but like sometimes my dad was right when he was just like every time somebody would bring up politics, my father would just be like, I can't get involved.
Yeah, it really
He
is
would
the
just go
best
like,
thing.
He goes, I just
It's
can't
a
get involved.
smart
Like,
way to
like
talk.
he just like there's a certain level of like, if you're gonna get in it, run for something.
Yeah.
Really get in there. But we can't have a society where every fucking human being is a cable news anchor.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't. I can't be in
Everybody's
line at
fighting with each
Starbucks
other, yet they're not
and
doing
people are, in a heated political debate at 8:00 in the morning. We can't do it.
Well,
it's unhealthy. There's more to life.
fact,
That's the other
it's
thing about
way
politics,
to
dude.
just get
There's
in
more to
involved
life.
than
Go
get in an
camping.
argument.
Go fall in love. Go
love,
do
yeah.
something.
Go read a book. Go love someone.
Yeah.
It
Fucking
really
talking about
it gets so it's such an addictive thing, and it's funny. Like the biggest
It
addiction
destroys families,
in the world right
honestly.
now really is people consuming things that they like the news, really media that
Yeah.
they know is bad for them.
They know is bad.
but they wake up and they go to it again and
They're
again.
like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it anyway.
Because what else
And they
is
know it's
there?
bad.
And it's bro, that is an addiction
Yeah.
because they do it to feed something inside of themselves.
Yeah.
They do it because it's easier for you to sit there and be angry. Any of us, and I don't mean someone, but all of us. It's easier for us to sit there and be angry than it is to take action and make our lives better.
100%.
Yeah, that's
100%.
exactly it.
I think
it's
this
easy
is
to
an
just
escape.
kind of watch the news
And I think people
get angry
escape into
about
this
stuff
world
rather
instead
than
of
going
fixing
and,
the world that is very
running for
close to
office
them.
or
Yeah.
taking some.
Hope
type
you
of
enjoyed that
political
video,
action.
and you can watch another. And you can watch
you
this one.
guys,
You can watch this one.
if you
Different
haven't
options,
seen
different
Theo Vaughn
choices.
before,
Some guy
hey,
just brings
he's
you
got
one
a
option,
great
not this
podcast.
guy.
Check it
Two
out.
options.
I-
Watch one. This
if
one
you
or
like
this one.
stuff about, I do cover comedy, so I love to cover comedians, gaming, PC gaming, Switch gaming, all that type of stuff. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day.